everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Listen, I'm very excited to dive into this today because it's very profound and good. I wanted to talk today allowing her to feel, allowing her to be, allowing her to speak, but not allowing her to lead. Now you might be saying, what is she talking about? Do you know that you have two parts of you? The first part of you is the part of you that grew up in your environment, that grew up having certain beliefs and perceptions about yourself. You were learning how to be a woman or a man. You were learning how do I adapt to society? How do I love? How do I become affectionate? And I want to talk about also maybe the wounds and fears that you may have picked up along the way from your parents, that you may have picked up along the way based off of an image or perception or what you were taught and told, certain limitations and beliefs that you had that hindered a part of you, that may have caused beliefs about you that aren't true. I know for me, when I became an adult and I was living my life out of those wounds, out of those perceptions, based out of what I saw in my environment, what I took in from watching my mother, watching my father, watching how my grandmother interacted, and watching the women in my lives, how they interacted was good. But I'm talking about the wounds that we picked up, certain fears that we picked up. For black women, and for me as a black woman, because that's all I'm known in this lifetime, is that I have learned on an unconscious level to not, that it was sort of a sense of a guilt to not take care of myself. So what I saw a lot of that. And not only did I see a lot of that, women who neglected taking care of themselves, but their understanding of taking care of themselves was taking care of their family, was really the perception and understanding of what I thought was love. But at the same time, we're neglecting ourselves. And so on my journey of really just breaking away and detaching myself from really just an unhealthy perspective and perception of what I absorbed and took in, I began unlearning and seeing and engulfing the essence of what love really is. And so there's two parts of you. There's that part of you that has the beliefs and perception of how you think you should be. And then there is your intuition. Your intuition, your spirit, that gut feeling that you have. Like, for example, I know for many of you have, including me, have said, I knew I was right, or I should have followed my first instinct. Well, oftentimes what distorts that, you not following your intuition, you not following that voice, is overshadowed by your fears, is overshadowed by these beliefs. How to understand the difference of the two. And if you're on a journey of healing and growing and detaching from certain beliefs that you're like, that is no longer serving you, and you're like, this is just not right, this is just not it, I don't like the relationship that I'm having with myself, didn't like the relationship that I was having with myself. And God had showed me that the relationship that I was having with myself wasn't really who I was. It wasn't who I was. How I was loving myself, how I was loving on the outside wasn't who I was. It was a defense. It was a belief mechanism that I thought I had to take on as myself. I realized that there was two sides of me. There was a side that had been conditioned to believing that I was a certain way, and these were the beliefs about myself, and these were my fears, and these were my angers, and this was my resentment, and this is my bitterness, and this was my low self-esteem that I had, and this is my feeling that life was hard and pounding at the pavement and losing out on sleep and I remember thinking that the less sleep that I had, that meant that the more I was going to be successful in life. And so I found myself, just going harder, and all I was doing was beating up myself until it took a level of breaking for God to say, that's not who you are. And so in me unveiling all the other stuff of who I thought I had to be, I found myself getting quiet. That voice that always had been speaking to me, I found out that was my intuition, that was the true essence of who I was. And I want to talk to you today about knowing that is the true essence of who you are, and how you base out of that with the shadows or the distorted chaos that might be going on in your mind and in your heart and soul has become an expression of your outside world. And so you might be looking through things or looking at your outside world based out of those wounds. I'm here to tell you that those wounds, those scars, those forms, that sense of identity that you think you have to represent yourself as, I'm here to share with you that is another form of you, another part of you that you felt you had to build and create the sense of identity in order to function in society. Maybe y'all always have this alcohol problem, or maybe y'all always have this weight problem. Maybe this will always be something that I will have because that's just all I've become accustomed to. And if you're tired of that, I'm here to tell you that you're tired of it because there is another way. And that avenue is the answer within your intuition. Within your intuition is who you really are. So how do we heal that part, the other part of us? How do we heal the part of us that has been broken? Well, number one, write down all of your insecurities. Write down all of your wounds, all of your walls. Write it all down. When you've written it all down, because nobody know you like you, right? And God. And so write it all down. Pour it out in your heart. And then asking yourself, okay, well, where did I get all these beliefs about me from? Where did I get them from? Understanding the root of it. And then understanding the root of it. Oh, okay. And then the truth is that you are not that. You will find out what has been in there all along. And what has been in there is truth. What has been in there is wisdom. What has been in there is love. That is who you are. And when she wants to speak, that other part of you, when it wants to speak, when it wants to react, find a way to allow her to release and let it go. Find a way, be it walking in nature, journaling it, crying, praying, meditating, speaking with a friend that you trust, and when she feels triggered or when he feels triggered. Don't suppress it. Don't suppress it. You're allowing her to speak. You're allowing her to express. But not only that, but you're taking the spirit part of you, your true self, on the journey with you. It's just the forms and the beliefs and the perceptions and the experiences that you went through or that you perceived on a spiritual or energetic level, that where you thought you had to be this person. And tapping within the inner healer in you and listening to that voice and allowing it to heal you. So when that part of you is triggered, the other part, that form, the shadow part of you is triggered, somebody might say something, or you might see a certain image. Being mindful of your thoughts, okay? Being mindful of what your thoughts are saying, acknowledging which one is the difference, Is this my intuition speaking? Is this my divine self speaking? Or is this the shadow part of me that is speaking? Okay? I used to always be combative, always try to find something to solve, always. And I didn't know that on an unconscious level that really was that part of me that was so afraid. My view and perception of things was not the truth. It was an outer exterior, an outer, I was looking at the forms. I absorbed the forms. I absorbed what I saw as a kid growing up because I was learning, this is how I'm supposed to react. I listened to what they told me. You're too nice, so you need to be more aggressive. So I was like, okay, I'll be more aggressive. And what I found myself doing and being more aggressive and creating this identity that the inside of my heart was not at peace, that I was feeling this sense of this unsettled feeling I kept having in my heart, that I thought, okay, well, I have to ignore that and be this hard exterior person. And although that advice and that perception was coming from a place, with good intent, but at the root of what that person shared with me, and what that family member shared with me, and what I perceived from my outside world, that was just an outside belief. But the root of that was fear. The root of that was a wound. And because I agreed to that belief, agreed to what I was taught, I attached myself energetically to that wound. I began seeing the difference of the two. And allowing the spirit part of you to heal the part of you that had distorted beliefs, where maybe your misperceptions was not clear. Okay? So it's understanding that too. And when she is triggered, the other part of you is triggered, going for a walk, praying, meditating, allowing her to speak, allowing her to heal, getting outside in nature, playing, nurturing you, eating right, exercising, giving affirmations, putting affirmations on the wall. I've done them all, but most importantly, listen to your intuition. It's very important that you are doing this with you and that you're not dumping it out on your loved ones or dumping it out on other people, okay? So it's understanding that, getting with you, because God is always with you. Divine, unconditional, unwavering warmth of love without judgment. That is who we are, and that will always be with you. There will always be a sign or a message, or someone will send your way, or a guardian angel. Something will speak to you to let you know on this journey that you are never alone. So never judging you, never judging that part of you. When you are triggered, allow yourself to feel and listening to your intuition and how to release that energy. Do not suppress it. And I, listed, the list of things to do, but most importantly, listening to your body and getting quiet to release it, and understanding the root of where it comes from, and most importantly, give yourself grace. Unlimited, unwavering grace. It's there. Don't let religious beliefs have you thinking that you have a limitation of grace. Grace and love. Grace, love, and truth. They all go hand in hand. Okay? And everybody is in need of grace. You give that to you. That's how you're going to heal. It's like that old girlfriend. You have that good girlfriend when you're in your moment and they just like, oh, you gonna be alright. That's that kind of grace that we have within us. And so it's understanding the two parts of it, okay? Grace no judgment, listening to your intuition and how to release, but not dumping it off on the people that you love, not dumping it off on someone else, but releasing it in solitude. Okay? You are loved, you are supported, you are surrounded. And I thank you guys for joining me. See you next time. If you like this video and would like to hear more videos from me, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And I'm going to come back for more. See you guys later. Bye.